Can Feastables really compare against the heavy hitters? Today I've got Feastables versus everyone. And so we've got the Feastable flavor competing against the top in the market. So whoever's the best, that is who Feastables will be facing today. Today, our competition is going to be based off of three major things: price, design of the packaging, and design of the chocolate bar itself. And then last but not least, it's going to be the actual flavor test. Stick around to the end. I will have some bonus content for another popular treat that's out there right now that you might want to know about. Let's dive right into it. First up, I'm going to pin Hersheys against Feastables, because let's be honest, Feastables and Hersheys kind of have a beef. First up, we've got the original Hersheys almond. Look at that beautiful milk chocolate design, golden tips, and that so milky chocolate look that it's so known for. So let's go ahead and pop it open and check out the inside. When you pop this open, it is pretty strange how there's two chunks like pretty much taken out of the Hersheys bar there. And on the back end, you'll see the almonds right inside of that Hersheys bar. Hersheys gives you 41 grams of chocolate at about $1.82. I'm gonna go ahead and just taste test it while we're here. So right from the get-go, the Hersheys bar is a heavy hitter with great creamy flavor and texture. The almonds on the inside taste great as well. Next, let's jump into the Feastable. Here is the Feastables new updated almond flavor. So I'm giving them a second try. Unfortunately, right now, I really like the Hersheys, so I'm hoping this time around when I try this Feastable almonds, they taste much better. For this one, the Feastables almond bar, you actually get this bad boy at 60 grams. I love the design. It's got great packaging. I personally love the new packaging on the Mr. Beast bars. The new updated design, you probably have already seen it before, but it's much more shareable. On the back end, you can see all of the different crush up chunks of almonds are laid out in there. Kind of reminds me of a crunch bar. So I'm really hoping this is much better than last time. Let's take a bite. Now again, like I mentioned earlier, I've tried these before. I got them when they first came out. And the first batch of these Feastable almond bars that I did have kind of had a soapy aftertaste. This one is a little better. There is still a strange aftertaste that I'm getting from this Feastable almond chocolate bar, but it's definitely a better experience than the first time. When it comes to the actual chocolate itself, I would say the Mr. Beast Feastables have a better chocolate, to me personally. So when comparing the two, the Hersheys versus the Feastable, I'm probably giving the edge to the Hersheys, because it's got good creamy milk chocolate, great almond flavor, and it doesn't have this displeasing aftertaste that I experienced while eating this one. While with the almond Feastable, it's a good chocolate still, like I mentioned earlier, but it has a strange aftertaste that I'm not the biggest fan of when it comes to almond chocolate. Let's move on to the next one. And to really make sure it's not just a placebo effect, we have the milk chocolates here. Here is the Feastables milk chocolate and the Hersheys milk chocolate. Design-wise, they're pretty much the same, exactly how you've known it for years. Silver tips, brown front, milk chocolate kind of a flow. That nostalgic feeling when you think of chocolate. Mr. Beast with their updated design. I love the pink to make it really pop. Milk chocolate. And of course, this is a smaller one compared to the first one that I had here, because I do not have that kind of money to be able to keep buying $2.57 chocolate bars every single time I want a piece of chocolate. And that brings me to my next part, which is the actual price. 43 grams of milk chocolate for $1.82 versus the Feastable 35 grams of milk chocolate at also $1.82. So honestly, price-wise, if you're going to be spending money on these Feastables, you might want to just get the bigger version for more bang for your buck. As you're saving money, getting the bigger alternative. Let's go and test the flavor and see what the inside looks like. Again, you can't go wrong. This is that old school Hershey chocolate bar that everyone's grown to know and love. It's very nostalgic, clean, easy to break away, and of course, creamy, nostalgic, very good chocolate, especially for $1.82. Let's go ahead and bust into the Feastable. This time it's come in a compact size, much smaller, but does not mean we're gonna probably be lacking in flavor. Nice little breakaway design, kind of similar to the Hersheys, but definitely got its own upgraded touch. Let's go ahead and take a taste test. Holy moly. Hold on, I need to try the Hersheys again because I'm freaking out. This is so flippin' good. I love the overall flavor of this milk chocolate Feastable. compared to Hershey's. And I'm gonna retest the Hershey's again, just to make sure it's not some sort of weird placebo effect. Again, I'm coming in here real critical based off of the first bar, you should know. Yeah, there's no comparison. When it comes to Feastables milk chocolate versus Hershey's milk chocolate, Hershey's is a good milk chocolate. It's good, nostalgic, everybody knows it. But if I'm gonna buy a chocolate bar that tastes better, you bite into it better, has a much better texture, creamier, more consistent, overall flavor is super good. Definitely recommend the milk chocolate if you're considering getting a updated Feastable bar. Milk chocolate where it's at. Again, they're both $1.82. You get a little bit more chocolate with this one, but the actual experience and overall flavor is just top notch with the milk chocolate Feastable. So Feastable wins this one, hands down, no competition. Way to go, Jimmy and team. Let's switch over to the next one. Have to get another bite. Next, we're pitting the Feastables Crunch Bar against Crunch, the original Crunch milk chocolate, which is honestly one of my all-time favorites growing up as a kid. So this is going to be a tough one, and I'm coming in real critical about it. First off, I love the original Crunch design. Can't go wrong. It's super nostalgic. Everything about it screams chocolates that I loved as a kid. Again, updated Feastables design looks wonderful. Let's go and pop one up. This was the smallest Crunch bar I could find inside of the Walmart I went to, given I went to like 4 other Walmarts originally before getting to this one, where we could not find any dark chocolate, which was the whole purpose of my original video, was to try and find more dark chocolate, but I'm moving on with my life. So here it is. The Crunch bar, great look, great texture, everything about it's nostalgic. 77 ounces of milk chocolate crunch. This one again is 35 grams of milk chocolate crunch. Price-wise, we're looking at $1.82 for the Feastables. And then price-wise for the crunch, we're looking at $2.28 for this bar on this specific day that I bought it. Might have been on sale, but that is just absolutely ridiculous for that behemoth of chocolate. I'm gonna go ahead and take a bite out of it. We're gonna try out the flavor and the texture, and we'll let you know. Oh yeah, just as good as I remember. I love the experience of the milk chocolate, which fantastic. Love the crisp texture. Overall, still a fantastic piece of chocolate. Let's try the Feastable. Wow, just look at that. There's the Feastable again, but look at that back part. I mean, talk about running it close. They are just up and up. Feastable knows what's up, man. So let's go ahead and try that flavor. Take a bite out of the Mr. Beast bar, the Feastable bar, and see if the crunch compares to crunch. Oh, stop! That is good! This video is not sponsored in any way, form whatsoever. I'm being genuine here. This is so good. Hold the front door, okay? If you like crunch and you're looking to try something new, do not sleep on the Feastables Crunch Bar. This is fantastic. Look at that texture on the inside there. There is so much happening texture-wise. You're getting crunch in every chew, every bite. It's fantastic. The crunch to chocolate ratio, I am a huge fan of. Again, great milk chocolate. Pairing that with a great crunch factor. This is a hard one because of the fact that I have loved crunch for years. I mean, years and years and years. And here we have this new contender coming in, the Feastables chocolate, who is hitting hard. I mean, way above class. And I would say it's either equal or better than the Crunch bar, the original Crunch, which is saying a lot, as I'm somebody who used to love just eating the letters one by one. So, so last but not least, we've got Reese's Peanut Butter Cups against the Feastables Peanut Butter Chocolate Bar. Let's go ahead and test them. Overall design, everybody loves the design of Reese's, as it is just the nostalgia trigger, and everybody knows Reese's Peanut Butter Cups for exactly what they are: peanut butter chocolate. And Feastables does not hold back with their new updated design. Love that distinguishable, noticeable look with the peanut butter color, and of course the rest of the Feastable design all together. These peanut butter cups were on sale. They're usually $3.65. I got them for $1.17 at checkout today. And of course the Feastable bars, $1.85. We're comparing pound for pound. We're looking at 42 grams of chocolate versus 35 grams of chocolate. So overall, this is the better price for chocolate per pound, whatever, all that other good stuff. But let's go ahead and bust into them. Everybody knows Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, but do we know if they're better or worse than the Feastables? Here we go. Gotta love that original pull-off design. Oh, love that.
come on, am I the only one that loves and feels like that's one of the most satisfying feelings? When you peel the peanut butter cup peel off and it just comes out so clean and so smooth. Oh, now usually I just pop this whole thing in and I just eat it all one bite, but I'm gonna give it a bite today. Nostalgia, ton of peanut butter, really good chocolate ratio. Overall, still a great chocolate. Can't go wrong with peanut butter cups. Sometimes I like to put them in my Spam and eggs. Just roll them right on there. Let me know in the comment section, do you know the quote that I just quoted that from? If you did, you're the OG. Let's go ahead and break into the Feastables next and see what it's all about. Ooh, this one's very clean. Let's go ahead and take a bite and see if the Feastables peanut butter chocolate bar can handle a Reese's peanut butter cup. So strange. Love the milk chocolate. I've already said that earlier. Milk chocolate is fantastic. I love Feastables milk chocolate based off of this experience. Now, the actual aftertaste and flavor is kind of interesting. This has like almost like a bacon aftertaste. I don't know, it's weird. It's like I'm getting a little bit of hint of bacon. I know it's the soy and lectin and all that other stuff that's inside of this product. It's really strange. Look at how creamy that peanut butter is. It's so creamy. Even in comparison to the Reese's peanut butter cup, it's real grainy looking, even has that grainy texture, kind of like, I wouldn't say fully sandy, but it's got like those grainy chunks inside of them versus the super smooth and creamy experience that you get from the Feastables. This Feastables peanut butter chocolate can easily compete against the Reese's peanut butter cups that we've all grown to know and love from our childhoods. 3 out of the 4 bars were either better or as good as the original things that we've grown to love and eat over the years. All right, let's go ahead and close this up. Again, we're looking at the Feastables coming in at a 2.5 out of 5 versus the Hersheys 4.5 out of 5. We're not gonna slow down, we're just gonna jump on over to the next one. Number 2 was the milk chocolate category. We have Hersheys versus the Feastables milk chocolate. And of course, my favorite was the Feastables, hands down. Let's keep on moving. Crunch was our next category where we had the Crunch chocolate versus the Feastables Crunch. And let me tell you right now, Crunch is one of my favorite chocolates, so it's hard for me to say this, but the Feastables Crunch was absolutely delicious and comes out on top. I'm giving it a 4.5 out of 5. And of course, this guy is a 4 out of 5, being that it's still one of my favorite chocolates of all time. Then of course, last but definitely not least, we had Reese's Peanut Butter Cups against the Feastables Peanut Butter Chocolate Bar. Feastables ranking this easily out of 4.5 because this was a 4 for me all these years. So there you go. That is the Feastable review. And let me show you my last thing that you folks might be really interested in. All right, folks, you waited all the way to the end, and now I'm going to be comparing Sour Patch Kids to Carl Gummies. That's right. Do they hold up to something like Sour Patch Kids, which typically is what I've known to be the better Sour Patch candies in the candy market. So let's go ahead and dive into it. Overall, packaging looks really good. Love the Sour Patch Kids greeting you right at the front. Sour Patch commercials are one of my favorite commercials as well. And if we're talking about pound for pound, we're looking at 3.6 ounces of just sugary Sour Patch at about $1.28. Next, we have the Carl Gummies, which the Carl Gummies are coming in at about $2.97. And you're getting about 50 grams of Carl Gummies inside of this package. Per serving, you're getting about 5 grams of sugar in the Carl Gummy. In the Sour Patch Kid, you're getting about 24 grams of sugar per serving. Even if I was to double the servings and get to about the same amount of pieces I would get for one serving in these guys, we would still be at a significant less amount of sugar compared to the Sour Patch Kids. So let's go ahead and jump into them, try them out, see if they're worth the hype or with the whole entire Mr. Beast fandom. Here we go. Sour Patch. Gotta go with the red one. I'll tell you first off, I hate that candy gets stuck in my teeth. And this one, there's no exception. Candy gets stuck in there. I personally don't like the aftertaste. It kind of has a waxy aftertaste. And it's not very sour. I know a lot of people say it's sour, but it isn't the most sour thing I've ever eaten. And honestly, it's barely sour at all. And then the sweet itself is not very satisfying either. I personally don't know why people like these things. Back in the bag it goes. Carl Gummies. Let's go ahead and try you out. Hopefully you're better than that thing. Whoa. Well, one thing I will say is when you open the thing up, when you open this guy up, crystal clean, right?
No like melting or weird like liquid on the outsides. This one though, yeah, we got some stuff going on in there. It looks like it had a little party. There's liquid all on the insides, and about to get my fingers real sticky. But there it is. I'm gonna take a bite out of it. So personally, the experience of the Carl gummies are a little bit better when it comes to texture. It doesn't get as sticky in your mouth. The only thing that I'm kind of bummed out about is the inside of the packaging had all that melted sugar or something inside of it that makes your fingers extra sticky, which probably isn't the most pleasant thing for most people who are just trying to buy this, have it in their car, and their kids just getting a mess everywhere. But let's be honest, this inside of your car as well, that's gonna fall inside of all the cracks, and it's just gonna fall into the void of your vehicle. So if I'm gonna compare these two and rate which one's better than the other, I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't like either of them. But if I had to choose one, I'm probably gonna go with the Carl gummies because like I said, I hate how these things get stuck in my teeth. I just don't enjoy that whole entire sensation. The aftertaste was unpleasant. It wasn't my most favorite experience. Meanwhile, the Carl gummies were pretty consistent overall. I didn't have things getting stuck in my teeth, and the overall flavor was pretty pleasant as well. It didn't have a weird, nasty aftertaste. And like I said, at the end of the day, if I had to choose one, I'd go with the Carl gummies, but if not, I'd probably never buy these again, personally. So let me know in the comment section, do you agree with what I said today? Do you think Feastables can compare against Hersheys? Do you think Feastables could take over Hersheys? This small company that's starting to take on these mega corporations in chocolate, are they going to take over the industry? Hersheys, Reeses, Crunch, Sour Patch Kids. If you agree, let me know in the comment section. If you disagree, please let me know in the comment section as well. Like I said earlier, no hype, no clout. I don't care about any of the hype around it. It's Jimmy and the crew, they're super cool. I got nothing against them. I actually appreciate them for a lot of stuff they do. But when it comes to their chocolate, just being straight up honest with you, 3 out of 4 chocolates, absolute domination. And the one chocolate, the almond chocolate, that's the only one I really have a gripe with. Otherwise, I am a huge fan of the milk chocolate in the Feastables category. So folks, hopefully we'll see you in the next review. Otherwise, click on this video over here if you want to see more content, and we'll see you on the next one. Appreciate you joining me, and as always, like, share, subscribe, mahalo, and aloha, folks.